Anthony Martial scored his 9th Premier League goal of the season to secure Manchester United a 1-0 win at Burnley on Saturday. As United wait for the arrival of Alexis Sanchez from Arsenal, Martial provided Jose Mourinho with a timely reminder of his attacking talents as the French forward with a winner 9 minutes into the second half at Turf Moor. The result will come as a relief to Mourinho, who saw his side rescue a late 2-2 draw against Sean Dyche's Clarets at Old Trafford back in December. Romelu Lukaku held the ball up well in the centre before breaking down the right flank and switching the play to Martial with a crossfield ball, and the 22-year-old made no mistake with a high 16-yard finish in off the bar. Getty Images. Martial now has 3 goals in his last 3 league games, with a win keeping United 3 points ahead of third-placed Chelsea in the table. It was United's 4th successive victory to start 2018, while Burnley slipped to their 4th consecutive loss of the new calendar year. Though Manchester City's lead remains significant, United fans looking for omens will note this game came 22 years to the day since they trailed Newcastle by 12 points after 23 games, a deficit they eventually overturned en route to the title. They arrived in East Lancashire facing the same deficit while still hoping to tie up a transfer for Arsenal's Alexis Sanchez, who had scored winners in 3 of his previous 4 appearances against the Clarets, and early on United looked like a side missing an attacking spark. Getty Images. Burnley had raced into a 2-0 lead at Old Trafford just 25 days earlier, and they started brightly again. When Pogba wanted too much time in midfield, he was dispossessed by Jeff Hendrick, with Phil Jonas' sliding intervention stopping Ashley Barnes and David De Gea saving the follow-up from Hendrick. Ashley Young, back from suspension, was one of the few United players who could hold his head high after the opening 45 minutes, having been preferred at left-back to Luke Shaw, who Jose Mourinho had sung the praises of on Friday. Young created a chance out of nothing from the touchline in the 42nd minute, nutmegging Johan Berg Gudmundsson before curling a right-footed attempt wide of Nick Pope's post, which is also where Martial's attempt flew at the end of the half. AFP. Getty Images. Just 9 minutes after the interval, Martial's clinic finish put the visitors ahead. Lukaku held the ball up on halfway and shrugged off Benmi, ignoring Jesse Lingard's run through the middle and instead switching the attack to Martial on the left. For there the Frenchman saw goalkeeper Pope edging away to his left and dispatched his shot to the other side as it went in via the crossbar. Getty Images. In the Sean Dyche era, Burnley had never won a Premier League game in which they had conceded first, losing 39 of those 49 games, but they almost levelled instantly. Barnes won a free kick off Young on the edge of the box, which Gudmundsson lifted onto the top of the crossbar. Referee Mike Dean was then uninterested in penalty appeals for handball when Gudmundsson's header struck Chris Smalling as the hosts cranked up the pressure. Getty Images. Me's looping header had to be helped over the top by De Gea, and Gudmundsson's ball across the 6-yard box nearly reached James Tarkowski before Mourinho introduced Marwan Fellaini to try and shore things up. It was his midfield colleague Pogba who could have sewn the 3 points up had he fed either Martial or Lukaku instead of firing at me when United had a 3-on-1 attack. Pope then thwarted Martial and United held on for the 14th clean sheet of the campaign in a victory that let City know they still believe the title race is not over.